Welcome back to Shizuoka Prefecture. This is the third and final installment in our three-part Shizuoka series, and today we're in Shizuoka City. We even discovered the local foods that Shizuoka is known for. I did a lot of cooking as well, but today I'm going to be diving deeper into the history of Shizuoka. And we're going to be exploring the city through the legacy of one noble person named Tokugawa Ieyasu. He was actually the founder and first shogun of the Tokugawa shogunate. He's also really well known for his longevity and the foods that may have led to his longevity. I don't think I've ever had a dish quite like this. That is fantastic. I can see why it won an award. Kind of makes me feel like a shogun. So I'm going to be discovering some of those foods today with the help of a local guide named Robert, who is from France but has been living in Shizuoka City for many, many years. But before we go, don't forget to subscribe for more Japan adventures like this one. And the tour that I'm going to be joining today will be bookable on byfood.com, so keep an eye open for the QR code and the links in the description down below. All right, let's go meet our guide. Oh, hello, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Robert?
Yeah.
Okay, Shizuoka, yes. So I hear you've been in Japan for a very long time in Shizuoka City.
49 years.
49 years!
As I finished university, somebody from Shizuoka called me to teach English and French.
And then you really enjoyed living here.
It's a nice place. It's a place with a lot of hidden treasures. It's off the beaten track. So it's a constant discovery.
All right, well, I'm very excited. Shall we get started?
Sure.
A little rainy today, but that'll be fine. All right, let's go. Oh, wow. Such a beautiful castle.
Well, it's not bad.
It's not bad.
But in Japan, it's very important historically, but this is only a copy, but 2/3 of the original. Yeah, it was built about 1610. In the Meiji time, the Imperial Army used it as a ground for drill and maneuvers. So they just filled it. And then later, started rebuilding a copy of it. All the walls are original. Here, you've got, it's a whole park now. It's quite big actually. There was a castle there. Recently, the government has been starting digging and finding walls and finding all kinds of things here. So now we're actually revisiting the castle 400 years later.
So you mean the old castle is kind of buried underground?
No, it was completely filled.
That is fascinating. Now it just looks like a regular park, but underground is a different story.
They started it only a few years ago.
Really?
It's going to take more than 20 years to excavate the whole thing.
20 years?
More than that, probably. It's becoming one of the biggest excavation sites in Japan now.
There you go. Well, this is an incredible site, and they're basically uncovering history right now. And maybe not a lot of people abroad know about this. So definitely, if you join Robert's tour, I think you'll learn a lot of history about not only Shizuoka City, but Japan as well.
Okay, this is the big guy, okay?
Yeah, this is?
Tokugawa Ieyasu, the shogun, who created the whole city from scratch. Actually, he brought all the artisan craftsmen from Edo. So he came here with a team and he lived until over 70, which would have been over 100 now.
Yes,
He was very healthy.
Wow, I've heard about his health practices actually.
He had good food.
And good food from Shizuoka.
Yeah, he sponsored the gastronomy of Shizuoka.
So after this, we actually are going to explore more about the city of gastronomy side of Shizuoka City. And I hear that there's a very special restaurant that you take your tour guests.
Yeah, actually, he's an old friend of mine. He's a real local chef.
So we're going to head over there next. The actual tour is a walking tour, and you visit many historic sites in the tour, but we're going to cut it a little short today, and we're going to go eat some lunch.
Deep in Shizuoka City, this is a place called Monsieur Moizumi. It's actually an institution in this city. It's not only French, it's also a fusion between French and Japanese, trying to use as many local ingredients at the same time. Not only it's top class, but it's also very, very unusual, very difficult to find ingredients.
I was wondering, is there a reason why people want to eat the foods that Ieyasu was eating?
It's a discovery, and it helps to understand Shizuoka as well.
That's right. Let's see the key to Ieyasu's longevity here at this restaurant, and maybe even do a little bit of an experience here, I hear. It'll be a surprise.
Well, I'm not going to tell you anything.
He's not going to tell me too much. Well, let's go inside and see what we find.
Konnichiwa.
いらっしゃいませ。
こんにちは。
こんにちは、どうも、はじめまして。
どうもよろしくお願いします。
紹介させていただきます。モイズミシェフです。
お、
もう40年間の関係でお友達です。
あ、長年のお友達なんですか。
そうです。
わあ、よろしくお願いします。じゃあ今日は美味しいお料理を楽しみにしてます。
では、はい、こちらの方にご案内します。
はい、ありがとうございます。 じゃあまた後ほど。See you later. このお店を始めたきっかけは何なんですか？
そうですね。15、6の頃からですね、フランス料理を目指して、いろんな店で修行していって、ここが僕の最終形態の城というか。
もう14歳からシェフになりたいっていう。
そうですね。夢はあって、高校卒業して18なので、そこから料理の道に入って、で東京に出てきて、東京でもいろんなお店行ったんですけど、それでは飽き足らずに、やっぱフランス料理の本物を見たいということでフランスの方に行きましたね。
そうですか、はい、すごいですね。
静岡市に戻ってきて、2年ぐらい使ってくれるところがあったので、そこでいて、で自分でやる時期かなと思いまして、ここの前にお店を一軒やったんです。
静岡市ガストロノミーで有名になってると思うんですけれども、あと徳川家康が食べてた食材とかもまだいろいろこの店でも使われてるっていうお聞きしてるんですけど、
そうですね。家康が昔好んだ材料で、今回は現代フレンチにアレンジしたという体で、今回は皆様をお迎えします。
素晴らしいですね。じゃあちょっと歴史を感じながら美味しい料理をいただいて、で体験も作っていただいたんです。
そうですね、はい、まずはですね、うちは和食と洋食を半々ぐらいに出してる。和食といえばお刺身、盛り方の体験。
こちらって
鰹節ですね。静岡の出汁の元なので、今回は家康さんが好んで食べたという麦飯、お出汁をきつめにして麦のリゾットみたいな形でお出しします。こちらに削り節の削る箱があるので、これでちょっとやってみてもらって体験していただくということですね。
It's amazing. So it's dried bonito, but it actually is the hardest food in the world, apparently. And it really looks like wood shavings when you shave it down. But it has so much flavor. It's the base of all Japanese soups, essentially.
こちらがですね、本来手で削るんですけども、現代ではですね、スピーディーにやるためにですね、大根をですね、真ん中に刺しまして、これを刺します。で、こちらからですね、これ回してみてください。はい。
It comes out really finely. Wow! It's working. It's so easy. Here is all of the daikon that we've shredded. That's how much we got. Basically, this is this. And you see this a lot on sashimi platters at restaurants. So, 最後の体験っていうのがこちらですか？
お刺身のですね、盛り込み体験ですね。私が適当に今持ってますけども、こちらのお皿にですね、自分の好きなように持ってみてください。
Alright, so I'm going to learn how to plate sashimi. This is actually a new experience for me, so I'm really excited.
フランス料理もそうなんですけど、間が大事なんですね。綺麗に見せるという時には、あんまり離してもダメ。近づきすぎるとやっぱ美味しく見えない。
ちなみにこれって何なんでしょう？
ごぼうなんですけどね。
ごぼう。
ごぼうの赤ワイン煮。これは静岡ではうちぐらいにしか使ってないですね。
じゃあ本当にフュージョンっていう感じですね。
そうですね。あとはこれでわさびをすってですね、これは静岡のですね、家康に献上したと言われているわさび。
You can really smell the spiciness. じゃあこれでいかがでしょうか？盛り合わせの評価。
先生よりいいですね。
いや、そんなことないですよ。初めてとしては一応。
もう全然明日からうちに。
本当ですか？ So apparently this was good enough for me to potentially start training here. So I'm very happy about that, but definitely need a bit more work. I'm now seated, as you can see. This beautiful table setting here is just wonderful. And what's great is you can actually see the kitchen, so you could see where the cooking is happening too. Oh.
こちらがですね、先ほどご自身が作られたですね、お刺身盛りでございます。
自分で持ったものをいただくっていうのはすごい楽しいですね。
そうですね。味が3倍になります。今回料理に合わせた日本酒の地酒のペアリングをやりますので、こちら今1品目をお継ぎしますね。こちらがですね、世界でも有名なですね、静岡県の誇る海運です。
First, I'd like to try my sashimi, and apparently back in the day, Tokugawa Ieyasu may have also been eating sashimi as well. And what's really fun is getting to try the food that I just plated. I've never had that experience before. I think I'm going to start with one of these tuna slices. That is fresh, so juicy. It really does start to kind of melt in your mouth. And what really stands out here is the wasabi. It doesn't have this sharp spice that hits your nose. It actually is very pleasant. Just a little bit of prickles of spice on your tongue, and mostly aroma and flavor. The other one I'm really interested in is the kind of fusion aspect here of the burdock root that has been cooked in red wine. That is delightful. Wow, this has completely changed my perspective of what burdock root tastes like. What is most outstanding at first is how tender it is. Burdock root is usually very crunchy, but there was no hint of crunch anywhere. It just kind of dissolved in your mouth. After it dissolves, it leaves behind this wonderful flavor of red wine. Local Shizuoka Prefecture sake called Kaiun, which means the opening of luck. Oh my goodness, that is so tasty. I can see how this goes well with the sashimi.
こちらが2品目のですね、オリドナスのつぼつぼでございます。
綺麗ですね。
それがオリドナス、ナスですね。揚げてその中にですね、ほうれん草とそれからおからですね。おからにいろんな具材を詰めて炒めて味をつけて詰めて焼いて、カツオの出汁で上からかけてあります。
That's fantastic. So that eggplant that we just saw, it looks so perfect. I will get to try in a very traditional format. And apparently, Tokugawa Ieyasu himself also loved this particular type of eggplant. So this eggplant is actually stuffed with something called okara, which is a soy pulp. So when they basically grind down soybeans to make tofu or soy milk, what's left over is okara. The flavors are very delicate. The eggplant is also wonderful, incredibly tender, and it kind of holds all of the flavors of the sauce, a little accent from the things like the seaweed, and a bit of crunch from the lotus root. Really unique and original dish. And it's cool to know that there's a lot of history behind it.
こちらがですね、家康の天ぷらコンテストグランプリを取りましたマダイのカダイフ揚げでございます。ソースがですね、浜名湖の青のりとタイの出汁で取ってあります。カダイフっていうのはこれトウモロコチの粉でこう作ってありまして、ヨーロッパでは天使の髪の毛という呼び名で呼ばれてますね。
で、中が、タイでした。
タイですね。タイの中にですね、梅干しとこれまた家康の愛したと言われるレンコンがちょっと入っています。
This dish is truly a work of art. When I heard tempura, I honestly was not expecting this kind of dish. It really is so beautiful, and the fact that inside there is sea bream, which is one of Tokugawa Ieyasu's favorite fish. So it'll be a little wrap up of all of his favorite foods and local Shizuoka ingredients. I am not exaggerating. This is a delicious dish. The sea bream really shines through. Really fluffy meat on the inside, and there's a lot of it. And then what really accents it amazingly is the crispy, crunchy threads of the kadai. And the sauce brings it all together. I would eat many of these. I can see why it won an award. Look, he's heating the sake for the next dish. Look at those flames.
こちらがですね、お食事になります。静岡の誇る和牛の A ランクのヒレですね。で、こちらがですね、お食事になりますけども、家康が好んでた麦飯を軽いですね、出汁で煮て、リゾットと言いますか。こちらが本日のメインとは言わないまでも、家康が食べた麦飯。牛ですんで、油もちょっとありますので、熱燗で。
熱燗、
はい。
さっき
そうですね。
火をつけて。
はい。
So this is a very unique dish, part of the course as well. We have a very luxurious Shizuoka brand Wagyu beef, A5 grade of course. And then we have this dish that Tokugawa Ieyasu apparently really loved. And I'll pair it with some hot sake. Let's open this up and see what it looks like. So this is what they call mugi meshi. Mugi being barley, and then meshi is another word for rice. So it's barley and rice, and sort of prepared in a bit of a risotto style. I don't think I've ever had a dish quite like this, especially with the barley involved. Oh my goodness, that is wonderful. The texture is really interesting because of the barley. The barley gives it a little bit of this kind of chewiness that goes along with the rice, and it's in this really delicate soup. You can taste some of the bonito flake broth, the one that we were able to slice and grind down earlier. It's creamy, it's delicious, chewy, a little bit of bite from the edamame, and some juicy flavor from the tomato. Very delicately balanced. Kind of makes me feel like a Shogun. All right, now it's time to try the A5 grade local Shizuoka brand Wagyu beef. Oh, that is incredibly juicy. The exterior has a little bit of sear to it that gives just a little bit of bite, a little hint of smokiness, and the sauce is also delicious. A little bit of acidity, hint of sweetness, and of course saltiness to kind of really accent the beef itself. That warms you right up. That is so good. And it's very easy to drink, but just perfect to kind of feel like you're wrapping up the meal.
こちらがデザートになります。
綺麗。アートですね。
真ん中のですね、抹茶のババロア。これは静岡の岡部という地区がありますけども、日本の三大抹茶の産地。その下がリンゴのインビリブルというお菓子です。あとは山梨のものもあります。
This is a beautiful dish. You can really see the colors of Shizuoka shining, especially the green tea aspect. If you like green tea, you will definitely love this. The meal was exceptional. Chef Moizumi is a genius. Wonderful dishes. Oh, you're acting like that's not the case.
No, I know him as well.
And you've also tried all of the dishes here, I hear.
Already, yeah, it's top class.
Top class for sure. I had a chance to try local Shizuoka ingredients and also ingredients that historical figures like Tokugawa Ieyasu, a shogun, actually enjoyed many, many years ago. So that's a little taste of history, but rearranged in a bit of a modern way in sort of a French and Japanese fusion, just brimming with creativity. So if you guys are interested in seeing more of Shizuoka City, Robert is your guide. He can do it for you in whatever language you want to. So if you're interested, you can book on the screen somewhere here. There should be a QR code that you can book on byfood.com. Links will be in the description as well. But I had a wonderful time. Thank you so much again. Oh, thank you so much. 本当にごちそうさまでした。はい、ありがとうございました。もしよかったら一言海外の皆様にコメントとか。
とにかく美味しいリスナーなので来てください。
その通りです。Exactly. Thank you, and thank you all for watching. See you soon in another video. Let us know in the comments down below what you thought of this incredible food and history in Shizuoka, and I hope you enjoyed our 3-part series. All right, we'll see you guys soon in another video. Bye. If you enjoyed this video, click the photos on the left for more fun Japan adventures and click the one on the right to learn more about the experience in this video. Bye!